Hey everyone, we are finally here with a collection room tour, I guess. And so we'll just go around the room. It's changed pretty significantly since last time. So hope you enjoy it and sit back and relax. All right, starting here with the poster that's never moved, my Rogue One movie poster, which has fallen in its frame, if you can't tell. And then the things on the door I don't think have changed. And we'll just go the traditional route. So we'll see our big Luke Skywalker here. And then the brand new indoor AT-AT, which was just too cool. I don't have my other ones displayed right now, but it was just too cool not to put in my room. So he is just in the little corner here by the door. And then I have my Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber, which looks nice. And then we'll just kind of go from top to bottom, I suppose. And just working around the very top perimeter of my wall. And I have carded vintage collection. I literally haven't added to this at all. The day everything was hung was, literally I had not gotten any more. But it's fine. I'm pretty content with it. And sorry, it's probably a little bit glary. Right over here. That's the top. Moving on to Black Series 6-inch, and if you've not checked in with me in a while, I don't collect this line anymore, but I do love the ones that I have. Especially even now, the Clone Wars Anakin, which I feel like if they make an Ahsoka, for Ahsoka, I will break my rule and buy it, but so far, no. There we go. Anakin had fallen. I think most of these are pretty much still in their place. I love the Black Series, I just can't maintain it, so I have decided to stop collecting it, even though they're coming out with some super fantastic ones. And on to the second shelf, and I've kept some of the carded ones in the back. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much all of my carded 6-inch. Actually, I say that I've got a couple others in the room, which you'll see. This Stormtrooper Mortarman has remained one of my very favorite figures for some reason. I just love the way it displays. I think it looks great. And then the not so great sequel trilogy. But that Dark Ray is still a really cool figure nonetheless, and Babu Frick. Moving on to 3 3/4 inch, and again, these are figures that just simply have not changed in a long time. I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily done collecting 3 3/4 inch, but I definitely don't want to pay the price for them right now. So I've not gotten a new one in a long time. The biggest update to these shelves, or it is, if you will see on their feet, I have added stands. And I do need to get stands for the 1990s figures as well, because they don't fit on the stands that I ordered, which is pretty common because the peg holes are just too large in the feet. Some carded figures in the back. 3 3/4 inch gives me so many memories. This is what I started collecting, just looking at it. Shakti original. So cool. Just to see the ones that I collected when I was a kid. Tattooed Anakin, original. Moving into the Clone Wars. And since I have added the stands, they have pretty much stayed up, which is really nice because I hated resetting them up. I don't take joy in setting up my action figures. My sister does, but I do not. It gives me so much stress. We do have a casualty. Plo Koon fell at some point. Poor guy. I'll fix him in a minute. But moving on to episode 3. And this one specifically has so many memories because I got into Star Wars during episode 3 back in 2005. So a lot of these are originals. So cool to be. And it's really nice to finally, I say finally, but I've displayed them out for years now, but it is nice to have everybody displayed out. This was a dream of mine when I was a kid, and here I am living it. So that's pretty cool. Sometimes I forget that this is just what I wanted so badly when I was a kid, and here I am, and sometimes I don't give it enough credit. All right, final shelf here with episode 6. And then sequel trilogy, and they just really petered out for a while. unless you got vintage collection, which they weren't making a whole lot of. And then some box figures, and this is Mission Series. I think that's what that's called. I really do like those. I think they look neat. So there's that. And the biggest change for this area is that I moved my Funko Pops down here, starting with my Biddy Pops. And the only reason these are in pop protectors is because I somehow lost their boxes. So that kind of sucks, but I'll just kind of show it here. And this almost looks like he's not in here. I just noticed that. Those two are in the box. I really pared down my Funko Pop collection, and so I have just kept the ones that I really wanted. And they're not really in any particular order. They're just kind of grouped by likenesses. So I've got like lots of Chewbacca's in the glare. Sorry, it's really bad. But overall, I'm really happy with the way that it's displayed. I think that they look nice. And then finally on this wall is the Clone Wars 50th Lucasfilm figures, which I've kept in box that my friend from Hawaii Will gifted me, and they're just so cool. And then my clock that I've had forever that doesn't have any batteries. So just stepping back, and this is, I always consider this the main wall of the collection because it's got my action figures. But there we are. It looks nice. We'll move on to the cases next. I do still have my Sabi's Workshop lightsaber holder here in the corner. And checking out this first case, we've gotten a few new things. The statue is new. This is my Galaxy's Edge shelf. The dice are new. The Chewbacca is new. And I think maybe Life Day Chewbacca, I didn't have it added last time. And the soda, the Coke is new. Down to those Ahsoka Legacy Sabers, which my husband got, which ended up being a nice investment. Those are worth quite a bit now. And I have changed things around, I think, in this shelf to a degree. I added the Ahsoka doll, which I think she is so pretty. I love her a lot. I got her for Christmas from my grandma, and I really, really like her. On to some other, I always just consider this like higher end collectibles. And another shelf of them with some Sideshow. And my very first Hot Toys, which is Luke Skywalker. He's really cool. Moving on to Kotobukiya with some little mini busts. Some more Kotobukiya. And the remote control droids. And then my vintage cabinet with all of my loose vintage Star Wars action figures. And the ones that are wobbly, they're on stands. Then I have a Dagobah playset as well as my AFA graded figures. And then an on-card low grade that's not in great condition. Some of the commemorative glasses, and then the Droid Factory playset, as well as a little vintage Darth Vader necklace. And then this is just like my non-actual vintage shelf. So all of this stuff is retro, I guess, or pre-made to be in the newer era. But I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I think that it matches the shelf pretty well. And then up top above my Detolf cases, I just have some stuff on display. You can see little Wishables Chewbacca there, some Biddy Boomers. It's a little bit dusty. My bouquet that my husband got for me one year. And then some of those, these were Disney Store prints one year, and they're so cool. I think they look great framed. Yoda mask in the background, and then some helmets. Vintage episode 1 band-aids and Qui-Gon napkins, still new in package. Celebration Ewok basket from one year. I think it was Celebration. I don't remember if it was Europe or here in America, but that one's super cute. And then it kind of moves on to some like actual vintage stuff over here off to the edge with some of the micro collections. So, and then the posters as well. So this is this wall, all standing back. I think it looks nice. Sorry for the washout look though. That's my my window gives light enough for the rest of the room, so it starts to get kind of weird. I just have some like little random bits and bobs here in my windowsill. This is normally closed, so these guys are just subjected to whatever. There's never any actual sun that comes through here, like direct sun, but sorry, they're so shadowed. But I have the little bounty collection, some of the characters, and then it moves into Lego, and this is what's vastly different. And I will go into a deeper video about my Lego collection on my Lego channel, JediMaster738. So if you're interested, you can hop on over there. I don't have the video up yet, but it will be soon. This is basically all of like the vintage Lego, if you will. So like all of the older stuff, nostalgic stuff. Right in there. Sorry, the lighting is poor. I do have my Squishmallow Chewbacca, a couple of Lego plush, some of the characters, and brickheads. Then some sets up top. Again, I'm not going to go into super big detail about them. Play sets. Fun stuff. And again, normally I do keep this window closed, and it is a blackout, so there's never any issue. I sometimes just open it for light when I'm in here, or especially when I'm recording videos. And honestly, this is why I have not been making very many Star Wars videos, and it is because I mostly have been collecting Lego. And so since I've been getting so much joy out of this for now like 2 years straight, I've kind of just rearranged my room to be more centered towards what I'm enjoying right now. So that means packing up a lot of my other Star Wars collectibles. I will show you where they're at. The whole process gave me a lot of anxiety. Big Darth Vader survived the change, as well as the original Master Replica's Mace Windu lightsaber. I love this. I got this for Christmas in 2005. Then we have more Lego in the bookshelf that used to hold... I don't even remember what it held last time. But Lego. And just going a little bit faster over this part because I know not everybody is like a big fan of Lego if you're watching my channel, even though this all is Star Wars. And then I've got my bigger sets here on the top. And I do have Harry Potter Lego in this room now, so might be blasphemous, I know. I've got some of rarer minifigures in there. And then this is where my Funko Pops used to be, so I have moved those on the other wall. And now I have more Lego. And I know it's kind of sad, but this is just what I enjoyed. I waited for a long time before I moved everything over, like over a year. And I just was not happy coming in here. It was just a task. And now that I've redone it, I'm really happy. And I think the Star Wars collectibles that I did keep in this room, I actually enjoy a lot more now. I have a Darth Vader Master Replica's lightsaber as well. And then this is the Harry Potter side for the most part. So I'll just kind of like step back and show you versus going through every shelf because that's not really what you're here for. I do have a little bit of Star Wars Lego down on these bottom two shelves that was just kind of overflow. But basically, oh, I'll show you those in a bit better. But this is basically this wall on the back now, which held lots of different stuff. And I do have some of my coined figures up there. I'll show you in just a minute. I have the Micro Series, the Cartoon Network Tarkovsky live action figures over here, and I love them. I think they're so cool. Gentle Giant Mando, as well as the Hero Droid BB-8, which stayed in the room. My Darth Revan lightsaber. And then up to my figures. And here they are. I've always loved the 30th anniversary the most. That's my very favorite line of 3 3/4 inch. As well as the concept figures that they did, which go to the end. I'm nowhere near complete on this, but I do like the way they look. And then 2 places I did forget to show was the figures above my door that are this droid factory. This was the last line of like build a droid parts that they did with 3 3/4 inch. And above my window, I forgot my Mission series. I love the packaging for these. All right, so I'll give you a room overview now of everything as best I can. And then I'll show you where my other Star Wars collectibles went. kind of hard to show everything all in one shot. And then I don't have anything in the center of my room anymore. I actually bought a rollaway review desk, so now you can see my Millennium Falcon carpet in all its glory, and I have a lot more walking space, so I do like that. That's basically it. So I'll show you where everything went. So right next to my collection room, which this is the door, is the hallway door by my front door, and that's where the rest of my stuff is stored. I say the rest, it's not all of it, but I have most of my itty bitties hung up here, and lots of stuff just filed away in boxes. It's sad, but I just don't have enough space right now for everything, and I do still have some stuff upstairs above my house, but I need to sort through that stuff a little bit better. I mostly kept stuff that I know I want to get into more here in the closet. So I have all of my lightsabers in there, all of my plush that are on display, stuff that was in the bookshelf. Now that I remember, it's lots of bits and bobs and stuff that I just like still. My mighty beans, stuff that I just don't want upstairs. And this whole process was really anxiety inducing for me. And I'm not saying that lightly. I have something wrong with me when it comes to reorganizing. I don't find joy in it at all. It just makes me nervous. I feel like I'm not going to be able to display things as well as I did before. I'm unsure when I move things if I'm going to be able to even make it work. And if I just wasted my time, the clutter makes me just kind of it makes me not want to do anything. I try to avoid the room because it's messy. So anyways, my sister has been a giant help in helping me reorganize my room and then getting this hall closet, which really had nothing in it, organized. Just the only thing that we need to get to is the breaker box, which is why this shelf is pulled up. I do have some more Star Wars stuff kind of stacked back here, and our internet box is also back there lighting up. So we can reach it if we need to. It's just not really ideal. But I wanted to keep this stuff inside with me because I just don't want it upstairs. So anyways, guys, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed my collection tour. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.